We are the people， 老百姓。We gonna bury you， CCP。
各位觀眾，大家好，歡迎收睇每日滅共新聞。我哋係消滅邪惡中國共產黨嘅新中國人。今日係2024年12月7號星期六，而家係美東時間晚上11點。我係 Johnny，
我係 Karen。南美國家巴拉圭星期四驅逐咗一名中共國特使，原因係佢干涉巴拉圭內政，並敦促該國斷絕同台灣嘅關係。呢名中共外交官被要求喺24小時內離開巴拉圭。請睇報道。
巴拉圭周四驅逐了一名中共國特使，原因是他涉嫌干涉巴拉圭內政，並敦促這個南美國家斷絕與台灣的關係和長期友誼。這名中共國外交官被要求在24小時內離開巴拉圭。巴拉圭外交部在一份簡短聲明中表示，已吊銷了中共國駐拉美高級特使徐偉的簽證。徐偉當時正在巴拉圭參加聯合國教科文組織年度會議，並宣布他因干涉內政而成為不受歡迎的人。前一天，徐偉缺席了聯合國教科文組織會議，而是出現在巴拉圭首都亞松森的國會，在那裡他呼籲巴拉圭拋棄台灣，引起了外交轟動。台灣是一個擁有2300萬人口的民主自治島嶼，中共國聲稱台灣是其領土。
美國國會關於新冠危機嘅綜合報告明確斷定，新冠病毒起源於單一地點，即武漢病毒研究所。而江文貴先生早喺2020年2月3號就已經向世界公開宣布，新冠病毒就係中國共產黨做㗎。請睇視頻。
今天是2月3號下午7點08分啊！大家一定要記住，我們今天的一個特別的日子，2月3號啊！2月3號，2月3號為什麼重要的日子呢？大家要記住，代表解放軍、中國解放軍最重要的啊，最重要的一個軍事網站啊，就叫做西路網站。西路網站是代表中國人民解放軍，也代表了中國最高的權力的啊這樣的一個嚴肅性的媒體，相當於美國的西點軍校，相當於中央軍委。啊，這個發表的任何信息都是極為重要的啊。那麼今天他們終於發出了一個關鍵性的一個視頻，就是關於武漢疫情。在今年以前，我想大家知道的事情，郭文貴從來沒說過武漢疫情到底是不是共產黨幹的，到底是天然的還是人為的，我從來沒說過。我們一直說的是，我們懷疑和有人說武漢的這個疫情有可能是人為的。根據戰友在國內的軍方內部的人士和內部的知情者給我們的爆料，我們向大家來告訴大家。但是我們從來沒說過。但是今天我們看到西路網站說出了這個視頻的時候，啊，我今天第一次要說， 这就是你解放军、你共產黨、你真正的共產黨政府幹的。
美國參議員羅恩·約翰遜公開表示，新冠大流行被用嚟喺全球範圍內恐嚇同控制公眾，造成咗個人生命、財產同自由嘅驚人損失，但同時亦令全世界睇到咗政府機構、媒體、醫學期刊以及醫療機構被大型企業利益體所腐蝕同控制嘅現實。請睇詳細內容。
On January 24th, 2022, I held a public event in this historic room titled COVID-19, A Second Opinion. It was held 2 years into the coronavirus pandemic, a pandemic that was used to frighten and control the public on a global scale. The result was a stunning loss of life and freedom for individuals, trillions of dollars of economic devastation, but billions of dollars of profit and the accumulation of enormous power for those in control. Fortunately, what happened during the pandemic opened the eyes of untold numbers of people around the world to the corruption and capture of government agencies, the media, medical journals, and the medical establishment by large corporate interests. Now that our eyes have been opened to that reality, it is impossible to ignore that the same dynamic has occurred throughout governments and industries worldwide.
上個月，前世界銀行董事艾利克·貝塞爾喺一集採訪節目裏面表示，我哋同中共正處喺一場無形嘅戰爭當中，呢場戰爭已經持續咗好長嘅時間。中共嘅攻擊方法多種多樣，比如知識產權盜竊，又比如同販毒集團合作，輸送芬太尼毒害美國人，仲包括伊朗真主黨、哈馬斯、俄羅斯等勢力結成新邪惡軸心。請睇詳細內容。
China is not like anything we've faced before. It is an adversary. It's not a competitor, right? Great power competition. We are in an invisible war, and it's been going on for a long time. You say, what does that mean, an invisible war? Well, it takes many forms, and the vectors of attack are seemingly nowhere but everywhere at the same time. Intellectual property theft, okay? We lose more every year in intellectual property theft than in almost anything. Hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars have been stolen by China to advance their manufacturing, to advance their dual-use technologies, to advance their military, and so forth. This is happening at universities. This is happening at companies. I mean, it was like 2 months ago that a Chinese citizen working at Google left the company with a thumb drive and he was on his way to Beijing. I mean, this is happening every day. You have Chinese scientists at Livermore Labs or wherever stealing stuff. So there's that element, which I think a lot of people understand. What people may not understand is China's ties to organized crime and to money laundering operations. The Chinese at this point have as much, if not more, power than the cartels because they are the money bags behind everything. We lose, 100,000 people to fentanyl every year? Mm-hmm. In World War II, we lost, 400,000 people? We're losing a quarter of the people we lost in World War II every year. And by the way, all the APIs, all the precursors to fentanyl come from one place. They come from China. And it's hard for me to understand if the Chinese Communist Party is in control of pretty much everything, and they are, it's hard for me to fathom that they wouldn't be willingly trying to poison the United States. Mm-hmm. It's deliberate. Mm-hmm. So there's that. We have, across the world, the United States being thwarted by the likes of Iran, Hezbollah, Hamas, certainly Russia, in this hemisphere, Venezuela, and a lot of it goes back to China. There is a new axis that's developing, and China is the economic might behind all of this. And so We're seeing it play out in lots of different places, and it wouldn't surprise me if it's coordinated.
近日喺美國傳統基金會嘅報告會上，發言人表示，新冠病毒溯源調查一直進行，並且表示中共喺疫情4年半以嚟一直逍遙法外，而家要終結啦。新冠大流行必須向中共政府追責。請睇詳細內容。
Go back to April of 2023, the Chinese embassy sent me a letter. They were reaching out to me to express their grave concern regarding the COVID-19 origins hearing and said that they firmly oppose it. But as you might imagine, we went ahead anyway.
4.5 years of Chinese impunity and international impotence now come to an end.
As you'll hear shortly, the projected cost for the United States is a staggering $18 trillion. It's critical the United States take the leadership role in holding the Chinese Communist Party accountable for one of the most catastrophic cover-ups in human history.
It doesn't matter what the origins were. What matters were at the point in time that the People's Republic of China and its leadership and its leaders within the Chinese Communist Party became aware of this virus, of this outbreak, regardless of the origins of it, the actions that they took.
There can be, in our view, little doubt that China's government is primarily responsible for the COVID-19 pandemic and have reason to expect significant progress over the coming months. And that's why we're so thrilled to be working so closely with Congressman Wenstrup and his absolutely incredible staff. Our commission makes the following assertions. 1, China is primarily responsible for the COVID-19 pandemic, which led to over 28 million excess deaths globally, including over 1 million in the United States. 2, based on our calculations, the pandemic resulted in $18 trillion of losses to the United States. 3, as a means of establishing accountability and discouraging similar behavior in the future, the Chinese government and select Chinese companies must be held accountable for and liable for these losses. 4, we have proposed a single paragraph amendment to the FSIA, granting U.S. federal courts jurisdiction over cases where injured American citizens are seeking monetary damages against a foreign state. But passing this amendment would be the first serious step and by far the most significant step taken by any entity anywhere toward holding China accountable for COVID-19.
最近，中共各醫院人滿為患，多種病毒疾病肆虐，死亡人數激增。然而，政府當局依舊隱瞞真相，用所謂嘅專家講法，若如病毒傳染性強，目前尚無特效藥物同疫苗可以用等各種大話嚟掩蓋疫苗災難。請睇視頻。
最近，北京、天津、四川、浙江和廣東等地腺病毒、諾如病毒、支原體肺炎以及流感病毒等多種病毒肆虐，醫院人滿為患，兒童醫院更是爆滿。北京多家3級醫院的床位超負荷運轉。
看看現在這個各大醫院的現場，瞅瞅這人爆滿，都是病人，多大歲數的都有啊，8、90歲的，10歲、8歲的都有。
戴口罩，戴口罩，戴口罩，重要的事情说3遍，抖的都挪。
又开始了，各位，最近这阵子呀，病毒又开始了，小李一家全中招，这阵子肺炎特别多，最近多注意吧。
兄弟们，万万没想到啊！临近过年的时候，新的毒王又出现了啊！现在在北方很多地区很多地方都已经发布了通告了。新的毒株出现。
紧急提醒，这个病毒进入高发期，传染性极强，目前还没特效药。上周我们全家都被传染了。
广东和四川等多家疾控中心近日发出警告，声称此次流感病毒传染性极强，传播速度快，严重者可致死。其中，10月份广东新增流感病毒的感染人数为7354例，四川新增7757例，浙江新增人数高达15990例。当局向来隐瞒真相，真实数据被指更高。不過，民眾表示，從自己感染的症狀看，應該是新冠病毒變異了，並不是官方聲稱的流感病毒。
據外媒揭露，中共政府利用銳實力呢種微妙而危險嘅武器，喺唔費一槍一彈嘅情況下，改變世界嘅思維方式。 中共政府利用銳實力策略嚟操縱全球輿論，滲透你嘅文化、教育甚至信息源，控制信息流動，操縱人嘅所學、所見、所信，嚟重塑中共喺全球嘅敘事權，令中國故事變成世界嘅故事。請睇詳細報導。
Did you ever wonder how a country can change the way the world thinks without firing a single shot? That's sharp power, a subtle but dangerous weapon that the Chinese government uses to manipulate the global narrative, infiltrating your culture, education, and even your news feeds. Sharp power isn't about traditional military strength or diplomacy. It's about controlling the flow of information, manipulating what you learn, what you see, and what you believe. And the Chinese Communist Party has mastered this on a global scale, including right here in the Philippines. Since Xi Jinping came to power in 2012, the CCP has intensified its efforts to reshape the global narrative, making China's story the world's story. How do they do it? By using sharp power tactics, influencing students studying in other countries, infiltrating elite circles, and shaping media narratives. These students and elites carry CCP-approved messages back to their countries, promoting China's authoritarian worldview. They also work through elites in international organizations and media to promote China's version of truth. But this is not the voice of the Chinese people. This is the voice of the Chinese government manipulating the facts for its own benefit. The Philippines is no stranger to this sharp power strategy. Chinese-funded Confucius Institutes have been set up across universities, introducing language and culture programs. But beneath the surface, they promote the CCP's worldview and suppress any criticism of China. Even in our media, we see attempts to sway public opinion in favor of Beijing's South China Sea claims, portraying China as a peaceful, cooperative neighbor, while ignoring its aggressive tactics in our own waters. The goal? To normalize Chinese influence in the Philippines and silence any resistance to their territorial ambitions. To stay informed about sharp power and its influence, watch out for part 2 of this series, where we'll dive deeper into how these tactics directly affect our institutions and information sources here in the Philippines.
跟住落嚟係一組每日新聞簡報。美國在台協會處長谷立言表示，將從韌性、安全同互聯互通3大核心要務嚟深化美台合作。中共打壓台灣嘅國際空間係台灣嘅最大挑戰。美國將致力於協助台灣融入全球經濟，並支持台灣積極且有意義嘅參與聯合國等國際組織。
美國政府為所有參議員舉行咗一次秘密簡報會議，介紹中共沿颱風入侵美國電信並竊取大量數據嘅行為。FBI 國家情報總監海恩斯、聯邦通訊委員會主席羅森沃塞爾以及國家安全委員會及網絡安全與基礎設施安全局均有出席。
立陶宛新任外交部長海斯圖蒂斯布德里斯喺東京接受日經新聞採訪時表示，如果中共入侵台灣，立陶宛準備向台灣提供援助。布德里斯目前仲兼任首席國家安全顧問。
日本東京大學教授阿古智子、遠藤幹以及前外交官員及退休教授取訪一行，發表聯合聲明，要求中共政府立即釋放因間諜罪被判刑嘅前光明日報副主席董旭玉。阿古智子強調，外國外交官同中共學者交流中國情況好正常。
中國經濟學者、東北證券首席經濟學家傅鵬近日嘅一場內部演講喺網絡上引發熱議。呢篇演講被認為真實且深刻咁揭示咗中共國經濟面臨嘅核心困境，包括有效需求不足同中產階級嘅消亡。
本月2號至3號，廣東、 江蘇、浙江、福建4個省以及重慶市，至少發生14宗製造業工人罷工事件，涉及嘅行業涵蓋電子、玩具、服裝、鞋類、玻璃製品等。其中廣東嘅罷工事件最多，共發生5單。
我哋重申，中國共產黨係全世界災難嘅根源，只有消滅中國共產黨，先至能夠拯救全人類。感謝大家收睇每日滅共新聞，我哋下次再會。
Take down the CCP, take down the CCP, take down the CCP, 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 take down the 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 CCP, 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 take down the 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 CCP. Follow me and I'ma set us free. Take down the CCP.
Let me tell you what I've been through, baby. Lived a life that was hella unfair. Seen things that been driving me crazy. In a country where the leaders don't care. Didn't think we had the courage to change it. Tore it down and they weren't prepared. Everything that they kept us from saying. Now we talking and they better be scared. Take from us. Tell us what and who to love. Swear I finally had enough. It's time to rise above.
Take down the CCP. Take down the CCP. Follow me and I'ma set us free. Take down the CCP. I said, take down the CCP. Take down the CCP. Communism's dead to me because it killed our families. Fuck the CCP.
Communism sucks, hard for me to give a fuck. Try to tell them and they try to keep it on the hush. Middle finger up, turn into a fist. They wanna keep the poor so they never rich. If you wanna see the future, look into the past. Been a century of silence, we gon' take it back. I'm just stating facts, tell you how it is. Ain't no way to change shit if we don't resist.
Take from us. Tell us what and who to love. Swear I finally had enough. It's time to rise above.
Take down the CCP. Take down the CCP. Follow me and I'ma set us free. Take down the CCP. I said, take down the CCP. Take down the CCP. Communism's dead to me because it killed our families. Fuck the CCP.
这是你我维护正义的必须，这是你我维护正义的必须。
Take down the CCP. Take down the CCP. Take down the CCP. Follow me and I'ma set us free. Take down the CCP. I said, take down the CCP. Take down the CCP. Communism's dead to me because it killed our families. Fuck the CCP.